Well, after 70 years of lineage, this is the Mercedes-Benz SL like you've never seen it before. The new 7th generation model has just landed in Australia. It's got a 4-seat layout, a new V8 engine, AMG development, and new tech inside and out. It's also limited to just one model in Australia, the flagship Mercedes-AMG SL63 that I'm driving right now. So is this the SL all grown up? Let's find out.
The SL has been a staple of the Mercedes-Benz range since its introduction in 1954. But never before have we seen one quite like this. The 7th generation model rolls into Australia sporting stiffer underpinnings and a newfound sporty focus, with the AMG Performance division now overseeing the car's entire development. The move to a 4-seat layout as standard is also a first, as Mercedes-AMG looks to steal sales from the likes of the Porsche 911 Cabriolet. The SL63 lands in Oz for $373,370 plus on-road costs, available in one high-spec trim.
Visually, this is a very different looking SL to what we've seen in the past. When you take a look at it, it now adopts a fabric roof. That takes just 15 seconds to open or close, and it can be done at speeds of up to 50 kilometers an hour. To accommodate the 4-seat cabin, we've now got an SL that is longer, it has a longer wheelbase and wider front and rear tracks. I'm really interested to see what that means in terms of this car's on-road dynamics. We don't talk a lot about design in these reviews, but I think this looks magnificent in the skin, even as a 4-seater. The design itself was actually overseen by the chief designer at Mercedes-Benz, Gordon Wagner. He's the same man who penned the famous SLS.
The SL is covered by Mercedes' 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty in Australia, while servicing is about where you'd expect given the lofty price tag.
For many, the price of admission is more than justified by this, the installation of the venerable M177 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine. As we move forward with stricter emissions, this engine is going to become more scarce. You can no longer get it in the C63 or the GLC 63 SUV. And for me, I think it's the real calling card of the new SL63. 430 kilowatts, 800 Newton meters, 0 to 100 in just 3.6 seconds, and a top claim speed of 315 kilometers an hour. There's a new suspension configuration up front as well, but the biggest move, I reckon, is the move to all-wheel drive.
That firepower is accompanied by adaptive suspension and 4-wheel steering as standard in Australia.
There's a massive uplift in cabin presentation and technology for this latest generation of SL, and it's immediate as soon as you jump inside the cabin. Beautiful Napa leather furnishings everywhere you look, bristling displays and quality materials throughout. It's also a car that, even for this purchase price, I reckon bundles in a lot of standard equipment that would probably be optional on a lot of its rivals, things like the air scarf neck warmer feature, heated and ventilated seats, massaging seats, but also the infotainment as well. So this has a new 11.9-inch portrait-style center touchscreen display. It's got a really nifty function that allows you to change the display angle to eliminate any glare while you've got the top down too. It's mated to a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and a head-up display as well.
The new SL is a cosseting and luxurious affair inside, elevating itself to Porsche, Aston Martin and Ferrari levels with interior fitment and finish.
The introduction of standard second row seating is indeed uncharted territory for the SL, but it does give it a lot more on-paper practicality. In person, I've got to say, this is more an occasional 3rd and 4th seater. The space is tight, and there is indeed actually a height guideline of 1.5 metres max. So I would say it's a car that you could throw kids into. It's got ISOFIX attachment points, and occasionally maybe take your mates home from a long lunch.
Behind the second row sits an automatically deployed roll bar for occupant safety, accompanied by a steel windscreen frame up front.
Now, the introduction of that second row has imposed some limitations in terms of boot space, which now shrinks to as little as 214 litres with the roof down, or 240 litres with the roof up. So does it pass the all-important golf club test we've just tried? maybe at a squeeze if you pulled all your irons out, or you probably got the AMG specific golf bag. But in any case, there is enough room there for a couple of overnight bags, which is probably this car's intended purpose. Not surprisingly, the V8 engine really is the centerpiece of the SL63 experience. It sounds incredible. It provides that beautiful download torque that you really want to command from a sports car kind of this ilk. It's effortless, there's power everywhere, and there's lots of theatre as well. And at the push of a button, you can just elicit so much sound and enjoyment from the engine. It's a real beaut. The new underpinnings have yielded a little bit more refinement for the SL. I don't remember it being this kind of tied down on the road. There's still a little bit of scuttle shake compared to a dedicated sports car model. But all things considered, it feels like a consummate cruiser. The wider front and rear track, the longer wheelbase, all of those different elements conspire to deliver a more sure-footed and more rounded driving experience.
Happily, the SL isn't a convertible that you need to tiptoe through tight streets or driveway entrances either, thanks to excellent outward vision, rear-wheel steering, and easy spatial awareness around its 4.7 metre long body. The front lift system is particularly assuring around speed bumps and tricky low-speed obstacles as well.
I mentioned the engine before. The other real centrepiece here is the all-wheel drive system. It means that even at 2 tonnes, you can throw this thing into a corner and know that you have full faith in the traction and grip underneath you. So it's not a dedicated sports car, but geez, I don't know many people that would be wanting to ask for more from their convertible, because this seemingly does it all. And across a 300 kilometre driving loop that we've tackled today, I haven't really found myself thinking I want more power or I want more grip. The other really redeeming features with the SL63 are just that of refinement. So I'm just punting along now gently at 70 k's an hour. I've got the windows down, obviously the top down. There's no wind turbulence to speak of. Everything feels refined. There's no obvious scuttle shake happening inside the car. Not quite as rigid as a closed top coupe, but not a million miles away either. The gearbox is doing its thing and everything is working really well. I feel comfortable in the cabin. I've got all the different adjustments that I want from all the different controls. And it's just a pleasure to drive. And that's, I guess, the thing that you're really chasing with a $400,000 car. You want to get in it and you want to go and you want to be comfortable. And this does that in spades.
Yep, the new SL marks something of a step change over its predecessor, honouring everything that is great about the SL lineage, but with a wider bandwidth for performance and practicality. And although there's nothing particularly new about the V8 engine within the Mercedes-AMG fold, it proves to be quite efficient in practice as well, averaging 12.6 litres per 100 k's in a mix of conditions on test.
To summarise, this is indeed the SL all grown up. Wonderful tech, really enriching cabin, combined with that sonorous V8. It makes for an unmistakable combination and probably one of the best luxury experiences you can imagine. Equally though, it's a vehicle that just wills you on to jump behind the wheel and simply drive.